Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Coach Dan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Alperen Sengun.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
So the New York starting five, they've got Towns, Bridges out there with Jaylon Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Hart in at the four-man position. Alperen Sengun out there with Bird. Then it's Fred VanVleet, and it's Alex Caruso. And it's Bull in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It'll be the Knicks off the tip. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's VanVleet. Bird outside. The three. Carries it from three-point range.
Just such great consistency on that jump shot. Even though he's not always squared up, Bird terrific in the catch-and-shoot game.
Now here's Anunoby. Bridges for three. Drills the three-pointer. Bridges has got five now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Bird's shot is good.
This is just what Bird does. He makes shooting from range look easy.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. We talked about facing a point guard like Jaylon Brunson, and he told me Jaylon's got a great sense for angles and knows how to attack if anyone's out of position. You have to stay disciplined on defense. Of course, Brunson will be the focus of their attention tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Hart. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Pass to Sengun. Score the basket, his second of two attempts.
And early on, they looked great. They made all four of their shots to start this game.
Hart with it. Bridges kicks to Anunoby. Nailed from three-point land.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Bird outside. Pass to Sengun. Now here's Caruso. Bird outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sengun. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Well, there you have it. Their first miss of the game, but still off to a solid start here in terms of shooting.
That one goes in, and it's a tie ball game.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
Bird outside. Pass to Caruso. That three off the mark. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the board. And that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
GA, as you know, Jaylon Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jaylon grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Now here's Brunson. Last game he had 28 points. Back to Anunoby. To the paint. Here's Hart. Out to Bridges. No good on the three. Gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Screen by Sengun. Down low. Over Hart. And he overshot that one, missing.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
I like that. Towns attacking the rim with intent.
Gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Van Vliet with it. Still without a basket. No good from Bird.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Towns, the pass to Hart. Offline with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage.
Here's Van Vliet. They can't stop the run with that one.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
He had a nice open look right there.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
Change here. Robinson's checked in. And now a good time to look at our power rankings through the last part of winter. Taking a look at New York. They're locked in again at that 3rd spot. Not a bad place to be.
Well, seeing where this home team is right now, they know what this team is. Some would say they've overachieved, but I feel like they've proven themselves thus far.
Now here's Van Vliet. Still yet to score. Back to Bird. Fader on the way. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Now the Knicks with it. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Towns finds Hart. Some nice passing by New York here. And Ball pulls it down. Gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. The 10-footer. Şengün with the bucket. Şengün's got 6 points.
Let the big fella eat. Şengün just doing his thing down low.
Pass to Hart. Back to Brunson. Plays it up and banks it in.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Bird passes to Bull. Back to Bird. Over Hart. Bird can't hit.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, anytime he wants, Towns can be a beast on the offensive boards.
Van Vliet outside. And here's Bird from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side. And that wasn't the case for them.
Now here's Van Vliet. Jaylon Brunson missing his last shot. Bird inside. He's against Bridges. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Bridges kicks to Towns. Back to Bridges. The offensive rebound. 3-pointer. That one no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Knicks on offense. They're on a 16-6 run. Inside. Hart, that's good. Hart's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, unselfish play from Bridges, continuing to grow as a leader with plays like that.
Hart against Bird. Caruso, the pass to Bull. The shot missing. Some solid defense from Robinson.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Bridges shot. Good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Now Van Vliet. Still scoreless. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Towns, the screen. Pass to Robinson. And Robinson throws it down hard.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Bull. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
Now here's Payne. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Van Vliet. 9-point game. On the wing, Bird. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Bird's got 14.
And you can always count on Van Vliet to make the right play. He doesn't make too many bad decisions when he's got the ball in his hands.
And here we go. Fast break, and Bird's got it. Yep, that one goes. Now just a 5-point Knicks lead.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Jacks up a three. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Pass to Achua. There's the pick. Bridges attacking. Banked in off the glass. He's got 9.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Simmons. Here's Bird. Oh, and the jam by Bird.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their team.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Knicks out front. They're up by 2. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Bridges. Payne out there with Miles McBride. Then there's Achua, and it's Robinson in at the center position. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he makes the first. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part of it.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Nance, right side. Pass to Christie. And it's out of bounds. That was touched by Nance. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Sacramento Kings. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Portland, and they'll be taking on the Trailblazers.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Okay, let's take a look at Alperon Sengun.
Since the break, he's been simply stellar, averaging about 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. But you look at the rebound totals, and it's a big part of what he does for this team.
Everybody has their strengths. Easy to see that rebounding is his, and he is honed in on it.
That's good from Payne. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Knicks. So he gets them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Christie. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Pistons in Detroit.
Look, he kept finding ways to get to the free throw line. He knew the other team couldn't stop him, so he just continued to punish them at the line.
And there's Bridges on the assist by Anunoby. Bridges has got 11 points.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Here's Payne. Misses the three. Gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. To end the drought, Sengun no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Bridges misses.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
Bridges with it, outguarded by Simmons. Here's Achua. Doesn't go that time. Great defense that time from Şengün. Here's Christie. Softly drops in the floater. Now just a 2-point New York lead.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Now here's Payne. Defense is right there. Robinson misses. Gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Christie. Shoots the 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Christie's got 7 points in the game.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Payne finds Anunoby. There's a screen by Achua. A dunk by Achua. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And here is Simmons. Pass to Christie. Outside for Simmons. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And how about we check the numbers for Larry Bird?
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Towns, he's checked in for the Knicks. Miles McBride comes in for Cameron Payne. Back to McBride. To the inside. Stolen by Bird. And here comes the break. Here's Christie. And he goes big with the dunk right over Mikal Bridges.
The active hands of Bird create that opportunity. He doesn't get enough credit for his impact defensively.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The Knicks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Anunoby passes to McBride. Back to Anunoby. Bridges outside. Puts up a 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And from long range, Bridges getting more and more comfortable taking and making his share of threes.
Van Vliet kicks to Reddish. Now here's Anunoby. Guarded by Reddish. Robinson passes to Towns. Beyond the arc. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. On 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Free throw good, Bird.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite-level passer.
Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Cameron Reddish. Jaylon Brunson, he's checked in for New York. Bird hits them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Anunoby outside. Wants to get it to Robinson and does. New York moving the ball around. Brunson against Van Vliet. Brunson kicks to Bridges. Over Christie. That's good from Bridges on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists tonight. Now here's Van Vliet. Nothing on the board. Pass to Caruso. Here's Christie. Wagner has screen on Bridges. Here's Christie. Robinson with the block. To the middle. Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And forget those threes. Cat, get the easy ones.
Pass to Caruso. Bird with it. It's deflected. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. We get a break in the action now. Let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. And you take a look at this home team. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference. And right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close out the postseason. And checking out New York, right on their heels as they've got the next best record. Catching up on the changes for New York. Achua, he's checked in for Robinson. And Miles McBride subbed in for Bridges. Back to Brunson, to the paint. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
You know, great feed there by Jaylon Brunson. Facilitated.
Van Vliet with it. No scoring in this one. And here's Bird from the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's Brunson. Brunson, hard finish inside.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Here's Bird. Misses and the dry spell continues. New York leading by 8. Anunoby kicks to Achua. Brunson outside. Fires for 3. Another shot. They shoot again. The shot's good from Achua. Achua's got 6 points.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, look, their lack of effort is exactly why they're behind. Just look at how they're getting bullied on the glass right now.
Let's step aside for a minute to look at some of the point guards who have been doing a whole lot more than passing lately. They're the top scorers at that position over the last 10 games. In the third spot, Jaylon Brunson.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
Well, that's one of the biggest changes in the league over the years. Point guards are now expected to score. They have to do more than just pass.
Bull the pass to Şengün. Bull setting the pick for Şengün. Shoots over Achua. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Brunson. Now Achua. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 5 assists tonight. Now Simmons on the wing. Bird to stop the run, and he sinks the layup. Bird's got 23.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough for them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Achua kicks to Anunoby. And there's another one for the Knicks. Gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Simmons passes to Caruso. Now Bird, defended by McBride. They double-team Bird. Bull, and the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Bull. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. They host the Kings after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Achua. He's got 8. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's his first trip to the line.
Second team foul. Shooting for New York. Precious.
The first free throw is good. Mikal Bridges checked in for Miles McBride. Second free throw, no good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
In this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. first one falls for him.
Well, as the younger generation would say, Alex Caruso has that dog in him. He's a tenacious player on both sides of the ball and is constantly looking for ways to affect the game.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. And a switcher also for New York. Hart, he's checked in for Achua. Brunson the pass to Bridges. On the wing, Anunoby. Defended by Bird. Brunson outside. Here's Towns. Anunoby has the open look. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Anunoby's got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks. Beverly against Brunson. Out left to the wing. On the wing, Burke. From the arc. And Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Simmons checked in for Alperen Şengün. The Knicks leading by 12. Pass to Hart. And here is Anunoby. Now here's Brunson. Towns wide open. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Simmons, and he makes that one.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
Brunson outside. Shoots over Caruso, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the New York Knicks looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Carl. Impressive start for you. What's the mentality going into a game like this?
Just being aggressive. Really played well at all the first half myself. All of us are missing a lot of easy money. We're missing layups for us as pros. So second half, when we make those layups, it should be fun.
We'll see if you stick to the script. Thanks very much, man. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start.
Losing the rebounding battle, it's easy to lose control of the game. Fortunately for them, they have another half to go.
Yeah, now they can lose by twice as much.
All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
You take a look at the home team, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from Larry Bird.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
We've got Alperen Şengün, Alex Caruso out there, and Patrick Beverly. Then it's Bol, and it's Bird in at the 3. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And for the Knicks, OG Anunoby is out there with Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Jaylon Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the 2-guard spot. Alex Caruso out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Bird. And it's Bol in at the center, filling out the middle.
Great timing and a really good read there from Şengün. Spaces the floor and is rewarded.
It's Hart on the wing. Brunson surveying the D. Shoots over Caruso. Brunson, no good. Brunson's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Bird with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. It'll go, and the Knick lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Bird.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anunoby. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point line.
Back to Bridges. For 3. And Bull pulls it down.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Pass to Şengün. Bird outside. Good on the three-point shot. Bird's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Left side, Towns. Over Bull. Towns with a nice move. Towns has got 15.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Pass to Caruso. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Bird against Anunoby. Towns, a screen on Beverly. Pocket 6. Towns kicks to Anunoby. For 3, Bridges. It's hauled in by Bird. Bird's got 5 rebounds tonight. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jaylon Brunson is a very cerebral player. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Bird inside. He's guarded by Anunoby. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anunoby. Bird against Anunoby. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. And it's Bird missing. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Christie can't make it.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Hart with the screen for Bridges. Christie with the rebound. Gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Şengün passes to Christie. 2 points. That one goes. Christie's got 11 points.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for this squad.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last month.
Well, their offensive efficiency has been incredible. It's why no one wants to play them right now.
Anunoby finds Brunson. Brunson being aggressive.
And defensively, if you are not on point, Brunson more than capable of finishing inside.
And here is Simmons, third left side. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one goes on Anunoby. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
The first one falls. Reddish, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. Robinson's checked in for New York. Bird hits them both. The Knicks leading by 6. Brunson outside. Robinson sets a screen for Brunson. Train points.
And you can tell Brunson has been well coached. He knows just when to call for that pick and roll.
It's Beverly on the wing. Brunson covering. Here's Bird. Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Bridges. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Bird passes to Şengün. Bridges with the steal. Takes the 13-footer. The kick out to Towns. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Well, look, Towns is an elite big man shooter. He's very dangerous when he gets breathing room from deep.
Bird outside. Oh, and the jam by Bird.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Robinson sets a screen for Hunt. Over Reddish. It's rebounded by Şengün. Gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Bird outside. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Şengün with a screen on Hart. Bird way outside. In the corner, it's Bridges. Back to Brunson. Launches it. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Şengün with a screen on Towns. High post, Şengün. Stolen by Robinson. It's good. Brunson's got 9 points in the quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Timeout, timeout.
Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, he's having his way inside, so they've got to figure it out. Time to talk it over.
On defense, New York. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Chalk up 2 there. Bird's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Back to Brunson. Lets it go with a 3. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Bird looking it over. Van Vliet outside. Clock at 6. Over to the wing. Here's Christie. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Christie's got 14 points for the game.
A great pass by Van Vliet. His first job on this squad is to facilitate.
Outside, Towns. 1:58 left to play in the third. Bridges, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Bridges against Van Vliet. Down low. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Bird.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game in a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
And here's Bird for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Robinson sets a screen for Brunson. And it falls over the rim and in. Brunson's got 11 points in the quarter.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Van Vliet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Free throw good, Van Vliet.
And, you know, it takes an intelligent player to match up with bigger guys and win. Fred Van Vliet is that player. He can outsmart guys who have, on paper, the advantage.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Achua, he's checked in for Towns. OG Anunoby comes in for Josh Hart. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jaylon Brunson. And it's blocked.
Great timing on the rejection. Wagner using his size and length to get the stop.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Anunoby. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Now here's Van Vliet. gets it up. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Knicks lead 5-4. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we you are State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Payne in at the point guard position. Pass to Christie. It's rebounded by New York. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. McBride with the ball. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. And stolen by Simmons. To the inside. Wagner. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his 9th assist in the game now. Outside Robinson. Pass to Anunoby. Some nice passing by New York here. Robinson down low. Defended by Christie. Here's Towns. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's up to 25 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's Simmons. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson. 2nd personal foul. 1st team foul. At the line for 2.
No good on the free throw. He hits the 2nd from the line. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Anunoby outside. Payne with it. Robinson a screen on Simmons. And it's blocked. It's good. That's 7 points for Ben Simmons.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Payne kicks to Anunoby. Outside, Towns. Over in the corner, McBride. Lets it go from the wing. Good. Nothing but net. And the Knicks lead by 6.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Outside, Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Yeah, great job by Wagner throwing around that big body on the offensive glass.
New York leading by 4. Kane dishes to Towns. Pass to Robinson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the Knicks making a change here. Hart's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. It reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Here's Simmons, and then Simmons slams it in.
Goodness, Ben Simmons, unreal.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Towns, high post. Simmons is there. 5 on the clock. Towns, the screen. Great open look there. And the Knicks lead by 3.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Beverly, the pass to Simmons. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Robinson passes to Anunoby. Here's Robinson. Now McBride. Back to Robinson. And Simmons with the rebound.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Pass to Hart. Here's McBride, and again, New York with the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Simmons. Oh, he jams it right over Mitchell Robinson. Wow!
Authoritative move by Simmons, throwing it down on the defense.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. McBride passes to Hart. Back to McBride. Towns for 3. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Inside, and Simmons slams it in.
Ben Simmons right now is the MVP of this fourth quarter. Taking advantage of the Karl Anthony Towns speed mismatch in space and transition. And now it's best for stage for Larry Bird to come in and take him on home.
Both teams will make substitutions. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. Now, he's not happy with the perimeter defense. He told them we have to hustle more out to the three-point line because they look real comfortable out there now. I want you contesting every three they put up. We'll see if that intensity increases on D. Guys?
Thanks, David.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Back to Beverly. Here's Caruso. It's rebounded by New York. Hart's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Knicks, Miles McBride.
And he knocks down the first jump shot. Simmons checked in for Wagner. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Anunoby, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges.
Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
Pass to Şengün. To the left side wing. Caruso against Anunoby. Bird can't hit.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And here's Brunson outside. And that's collected by Bird.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Knicks have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. So they take the lead. And the Knicks lead by 2.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Here's Simmons. Down low, Bird. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one goes on Anunoby.
Second team foul. At the line for your home team, Larry Bird. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Bull. He's checked in for Ben Simmons. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Bridges checks in. And so he hits both. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Anunoby. At the Hart from the arc. It's hauled in by Beverly. Gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Şengün with the ball. Defended by Hart. In the corner, it's Bird. No good from outside.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Bull.
Number 25.
Gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And here is Simmons. Now here's Caruso. Shot clock at 6. And Beverly kicks to Bird. Fires the 3. Oh, they get it back. Şengün, no good. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
Brunson the pass to Anunoby. Beverly against Brunson. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Bird. Drops in the layup for 2. Bird's got 40 points.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know, this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
And the shot is long. Knicks have gone through the 4th quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Pass to Brunson. There's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Trying to end the drought. And that's collected by Bird. Bird's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Simmons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Towns.
And you love when Simmons plays with aggression inside because it really forces the D's to adjust.
Shooting 2.
Drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Brunson kicks to Bridges. Brunson against Beverly. Brunson draws the double. It counts. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
To the inside. Bird. Count.
Seems like nothing bothers Larry Bird. He looks relaxed scoring, even in a high-stakes moment.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout.
You are watching what greatness is all about. Please like, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Hit the notification bell. My goodness, Team Larry Bird.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Şengün. Bird inside. He's guarded by Anunoby. Bird right side. 5 to shoot. Basket good. Bird's got 44.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. 20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
Here's Brunson. And the rejection by Bird. New York, no good that time either. And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Hits the 3-point bomb. So the home crowd treated to a win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that about wraps it up. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Larry Bird.
Tactical, physical, everything that you think you would want to be. And I tell you one thing, Ben Simmons, you can say what you want about Larry, and Larry took him home, but without Ben Simmons in the fourth quarter taking advantage of Karl Anthony Towns off the dribble in space, this would have been a loss for Team Larry Bird. Remember, Team Bird was down by 15 points and had to rally back. Look at the free throw differential, too. We stopped shooting the three-pointers. They kept shooting threes. We weren't hitting them. We just got away from it. We just started going into the inside. Started getting turnovers and getting out and running. Got 34 fast break points, which is uncharacteristic for Team Bird. But we had our defensive unit out there with Christie, Beverly, Simmons, Roku, also with Reddish. Those guys are more apt to get out and run. And we went to that unit. That's when the fast break points started coming in. But in the end, it came down to simple matchups. Larry Bird leading the way tonight with 46 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 17 for 32, 4 for 12 from downtown. Christie comes off the bench with 18 points, hits 2, and some monster defense, too, as well. Not going to show it in stat book, but he did a good job holding on the switch-offs with on Brunson and cheating up on Karl Anthony Towns and pushing him off the block. Şengün had some good rebounds in there. It was a good all-around team performance. But Ben Simmons, you can't say enough about Ben Simmons, man. He stepped up. And it means a lot because if you've been watching this series, Ben has been struggling all year long. He really hasn't known what his role is other than just coming in off the bench and then just trying to cause mayhem. This was the first time that we've tactically used Ben Simmons. And when you saw it tonight, he just completely exposed Karl Anthony Towns and out in space. Without him, despite the heroics of Larry Bird, this would not have been a win. Let's take a look at what Simmons did in the fourth quarter. Simmons had 13 points in the fourth quarter. He went 5 of 6, mostly by pulling Karl Anthony. You can see it over there on the right-hand side, pulling Towns out and just taking him to the basket, looking for hopefully a penetration and kick opportunity. If it's not there, go all the way. Then Bird came in, took him the rest of the way. Didn't shoot too well from the perimeter, but Bird just got to the hole. He just guarded it out. Got the big rebounds too. But the Knicks will be back, boy. I tell you, the Knicks are there, man. This is a ferocious offense, man. It took everything Team Larry Bird had to stop this, to play with these guys. And I'll tell you another thing too. The addition of Patrick Beverly really played a role on Jaylon Brunson, because if you notice, Van Vliet did not play much in the fourth quarter. We couldn't because he was just destroying him. See right there, you can see right there on the right-hand side. Brunson completely was taken out of it by Patrick Beverly. You can't say enough about the defense he played. So it was just a good all-around team performance by Team Larry Bird. But the Knicks will be back. Remember, this is a Atlantic Division rival. They will see these guys again, and most likely this is your Eastern Conference final. Let's be real. Anything can happen, but this is your Eastern Conference final, I think. And keep in mind, too, remember, Jaylon Duren did not play in this game. So that's going to play a bigger role, because he would be the guy that would most likely be guarding Karl Anthony Towns. We had Şengün guarding him. We had Simmons guarding him. We had Bird at one point guarding Towns at one point. I knew it had to happen because we didn't have. I mean, look at the guy. I mean, he's so quick-footed in space and moving without the ball as a big man, but he can also post. So he caused so many problems. Let's take a look at some of his highlights. He actually played a great game. He played a great game. Look at his numbers. He had 28-17, 12-16, went 4 for 7. He's basically just god-tier numbers. I mean, look at the efficiency. It's insane. I mean, how do you have a game like that and lose? I mean, he just destroyed our front line. Destroyed us, man. And I knew it coming in. I was telling anybody that may have been watching the game leading up to this, I've been telling people this is going to be a tough game for Team Bird. Like those games we had against the Pistons, those were nice little cakewalks. I knew when the Knicks came in, it was going to be a war, and it was everything I thought it would be. Especially because essentially we lost Duren. Towns was just brutal, man. It's just. Also remember, the New York Knicks are one of the 2 teams to beat Showtime at home. Remember, the Knicks were the first team to beat Showtime in Las Vegas. The second team, of course, was Larry Bird. If you missed that game, it's in my playlist. If you missed that one, where Team Bird went in there and shocked the world. Jaylon Brunson, even with Simmons on, he still scores. He's so good. Mikal Bridges came in. Had a steal on Bird right there. Bird didn't shoot particularly well from the field from distance tonight, per se. Bird just got in the lane tonight, pretty much. He just and got to the free throw line too. Didn't really shoot too well tonight. We weren't getting the same looks that we were getting. Because remember, I was saying when we played the Pistons, we were getting all those double team matchups, which let Bird get all those spot up threes. Now he's not getting those spot up threes anymore because the Knicks match up very well with Team Larry Bird. So Şengün is going to draw the double teams against the Knicks that he would draw against other smaller teams. Because they have the power, they have the front court power with the likes of Anthony Towns and then Mitchell Robinson off the bench to guard him. So he's not going to draw double teams with the Knicks. But nonetheless, though, great performance here by Team Larry Bird. Let's take a look at some of the Larry Bird key performers tonight. Şengün. Nice little stop and pop in the lane right there. Good rebound, man. He got about 3 guys right there. Good rebound. Crap. Look at that pass. Oh, I caught it from Bird. Nice jump hook in the lane over Towns. Nice. 3 guys on jump hook. That's what you go to. You don't go to the fadeaway in those situations. Jump hook will save your life in those situations every time. A lot of guys shoot the fadeaway when they're like in those cluster defenses. You go to a jump hook, it gives you more balance to square up to the basket, and it protects the shot at the same time. Because for someone to block your hook, they got to come over your shoulder, and it's going to be a foul. Why more guys don't shoot the hook shot around the basket in clusters defensive situations? I don't know. Because it just makes the game so much. It just makes the game easier, and you're more likely to either get fouled or finish, as opposed to going for a fadeaway, which is just a difficult shot. It's a good shot, but it's just hard. It's just a much higher percentage shot to go with a jump hook from 5 feet from the basket when you've got 2 guys around you. Let's take a look at Ben Simmons here. Big steal right there, getting out in transition. Good rebound right there too. Beating. There's one. Yeah, that was a beautiful play where he beat him off the dribble. That's what won the game, though. Once we recognized that they were going to put Karl Anthony Towns on Ben Simmons, we exposed him. Because you can say what you want about Ben Simmons' ability to shoot the ball. His ball skills, his face-up game is still elite. He's still an elite ball handler. And he has a great first step and still a hell of an athlete. You can't take that away from him. That's why I drafted him a Team Larry Bird. Because I knew at some point those physical tools that he has is going to play a role. The fact that he can go in there and be 6'11" and post up smaller guards, potentially draw double teams, and then maybe catch him in situations like this where you can get him matched up with bigs who can't guard him in space. And there it is. It might not be, maybe it was just one game out of the season, but it is. It means everything, and it could be in the season or playoffs, but it could save your season. Now let's take a look at Bird. Fourth quarter block right there, stopping. Big rebound there, steps out, hits. big three-pointer. Bam. Two-pointer off the catch. Transition up. That's off that play. That weak side cut play we've been running all game long. Nice steal. So that's the story here from Boston. Team Larry Bird holding off their Atlantic Division and Eastern Conference rival, the New York Knicks, and they will move on. But it doesn't stop here because guess what, guys? With no rest, Team Larry Bird, right after this, they have to go right back with no rest and take on, you guessed it, Wembanyama. Chris Paul and Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell. It will not be pretty. If you thought Karl Anthony Towns busted your ass, you ain't seen nothing yet. Now this is gonna be pretty interesting. 'Cause I think Victor Wembanyama is good enough to guard Ben Simmons in space. So I don't think we're gonna be able to have that same privilege in this game. I think that Victor Wembanyama has the speed and the lateral mobility in spurts to guard someone like Ben Simmons in space and not give up too much ground. But we'll find out as this game goes on because Bol is, I love Bol, but he can't guard Wembanyama, man. It's just gonna be we've got, man. Look, we put Larry Bird on Karl Anthony Towns and got away with it. You're not gonna get away with it. Listen, I love Larry Bird, but there's just no world that exists that Bird can guard Wembanyama. Just I don't care what era you're playing in. I don't care what era you're talking to. Like the size differential there is just so ginormous. It's not even worth talking about. It's a joke. Okay, so it's going to be a hell of a matchup, and that'll be coming up next on my channel. And if you guys are liking what you're seeing, please give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell. And guys, before we go, let me do a quick standings recap before I go for those who may not know what's going on. Let's do a quick standings recap here. Out west, we have Showtime at 55-10, with Team Larry Bird at 53-11, with a game and a half behind them, trying to catch them to get that almighty playoff home court throughout the playoffs. Remember, Team Bird and Showtime have split their season games, so now it's going to come down to who has the best record. But Team Bird's been going through a lot. They had the best record in the first part of the season, but Team Bird, if you've been watching, like Team Bird has had so many injuries and so many lineup changes that they dropped a few games, while Showtime has been enjoying the luxury of being relatively healthy the entire season, certainly during the most important parts of the season. They haven't had any injuries of any kind. So, but Bird's been going through all kind of stuff. Bird's just, I don't know how they managed this record. They lost Caruso at one point, was out for like a couple of weeks. Duren's been, this is the second time we lost Duren. Duren's been out twice. We lost Bol, and we had Brandon Miller, who was the second highest scoring player on the team behind Bird, was lost for about a good 3 weeks, and they still kept winning. So it was pretty. It's been a pretty amazing season. Just watching Larry Bird carry. I mean, hey, I don't like to use the word carry, but there has been. I mean, yeah, he's been carrying the team for the most part. There's been, whereas out with Showtime, it's just Showtime. If you watch the Showtime, it's just magnificent ball sharing. Everybody just moves the ball around. It's a total team effort. We're here. They depend so much on Bird. Like, he has to rebound. He's got to score. He's got to draw double teams. He's got to fight off of screens, catch and shoots. He's got to get guys in the right position. He has so much responsibility. It's insane. But there they are. 53-11. New York Knicks are behind them. They just lost a big game, so the chances of them catching Dawson now with 18 games left in the season, probably not going to happen. As a matter of fact, the Knicks are on a 3-game losing streak. They just lost 3 games in a row, so yeah, that hurt. I know their swagger's hurt. So, but with that being said, guys, that's going to bring this stream to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next game coming up in the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, the Modern Era series will be the San Antonio Spurs versus Team Larry Bird. And yet another situation where Team Bird's going to have to use everything from in the toolkit, some bubble gum, some duct tape to try to find a way to win this game as they face another dominating big man in the modern era. This time, Victor Wembanyama. Good luck, Team Larry Bird. You're going to need it. I will see you guys for that game coming up sometime soon. Peace. Thanks for hanging out with me.